Hello everyone, and welcome to my channel, where I talk about all things beauty, including new products, products that I love, and how I apply them on my face. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you some products that I love, including a drugstore full coverage foundation, a beautiful highlight, and some false eyelashes. So I hope you enjoy. For those of you who are new, my name is Kristen. Let's go ahead and get started. So the first product that I'm going to apply is a moisturizer. And in today's video, I'm going to be using my Belif, the True Cream Aqua Bomb, and this has increased hydration level. This also has a really nice consistency, very gel-like, very cooling on the face. Feels really nice. And adds some much needed hydration to dry skin. The packaging looks like this. And I really like the way this goes on and the way it applies. By the way, the headband that I'm wearing, I love these bow headbands. This is a makeup spa headband, and it is by the Vintage Cosmetic Company. You can find many of their products on their website, as well as there's a few of them on Ulta. I've also been able to find headbands like this at places like Ross and TJ Maxx. So now that I've got my moisturizer on, I'm going to go in with my Badescu Hyaluronic Eye Cream. Trying to get the camera here to focus. It's the white tub with the green words, and I just go ahead and get that right underneath my eye. I always pay close attention to the outer corner of my eye because that's where it tends to get the driest. Then the next product that I will be using is a primer. And today's primer is going to be the Hard Candy Sheer Envy Glow Primer, and it provides prismatic pearls, boost skin's radiance, and it's hydrating. This claims to be a silky smooth formula that illuminates and enhances skin radiance while hydrating for better makeup application. Prismatic primer evens out skin tones and minor flaws while prepping complexion for makeup application. So I'm going to go ahead and get that onto my skin. I love the Hard Candy primers. This is actually a new one that I have not tried. I have tried the Pore Defense Primer Serum, and I love that one. This definitely has a very glowy, shimmery tone to it, so it will definitely amp up your skin tone underneath your foundation. So if you're looking for a primer that's extremely shimmery, this would be a good choice because it's very glowy. It's almost got like a nude tan look to it. I love the feel of the Hard Candy primers, and you can pick these up at Walmart. That's where I found this one. They're $8 at Walmart, and I believe that you can find them also on their website as well. So now that I'm all primed and moisturized, I'm going to go in with the foundation, and for today's look I am using the Hard Candy Glamoflauge Full Coverage Foundation. This claims to be 16-hour wear and oil-free, and this shade that I'm wearing today is going to be the number 1505, and that is in beige. So I'm going to go ahead and apply this to my face. It has a doe foot applicator, and I've been loving this foundation lately for an inexpensive but still extremely full coverage look. There's so many good drugstore foundations out there nowadays that provide you with amazing staying power and coverage. So many affordable options, and I'm so thankful for that because I definitely like an affordable drugstore find that's budget friendly. So making sure I get that all dotted over my face, and then once I get this all dotted in, I will be going in with my Beauty Blender to blend it out. Okay, I will start with that, and then if I need more, I'll definitely go in and add extra. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. I've got my Beauty Blender dampened. This is the Beauty Blender in the Electric Violet shade. Just going to go ahead and start stamping this into the skin. I absolutely love using a Beauty Blender. I think especially with the full coverage foundation, it still gives you a lot of coverage, but it just looks so airbrushed and nice on the skin when you apply it this way. It just looks super, super nice. I go back and forth. I like a full coverage brush, like the Sigma F80 is one of my favorites, as well as several others. I like several brushes by Real Techniques. Echo Tools has some amazing brushes as well. Several drugstore friendly options. I love the IT Cosmetics brushes. They have a lot of nice luxury brushes in their line. Sephora has some really amazing brushes that provide that full coverage look. And then I kind of just drag it down the perimeter of my chin. Really like this foundation. It's you can find it at Walmart, and it's by Hard Candy, and it's just really inexpensive, but it gives you a nice full coverage, full on look, and that is so important. And then for the concealer, today I'm going to be using my IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye Illumination. This is the full coverage anti-aging waterproof concealer, and this is in the shade 13 Light Natural. I'm going to dab that under my eyes. This is very full coverage, comes in a squeezy tube. So I would say it's a little bit difficult to get out of the packaging. I wish they made this in more of a, you know, like a doe foot applicator. I think would be easier than squeezing it out of a tube like this. But I can definitely make it work, and I love the full-on coverage that it provides. So I'm going to put that under the eyes, and then around my nose, I'm going to go ahead and use my Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in the shade 15 Fair. And I want to conceal a few other places right here around my nose, down here. And then I want to conceal these spots, a little spot right there. And I'm going to add just a little bit of extra coverage right there, just to make sure everything is nicely concealed. Then I'm going to go back in with my Beauty Blender to pat this and conceal everything using that same Beauty Blender. This is such an awesome feeling sponge. For anyone that's never used a Beauty Blender before, if you haven't, there's lots of really good brands out there. Real Techniques makes some really soft beauty blenders, but the original Beauty Blender is so soft, and it feels so nice as you're going about your makeup routine. And I just highly recommend, if you've never tried a Beauty Blender and you want to, be sure and try the original, because you won't be disappointed. It is so so soft. It's just soft, and it's bouncy, as you can tell. It just kind of bounces across my skin like that. And it just gives you this really nice airbrush look. That's what I love about a Beauty Blender, because sometimes with, you know, brushes, if you don't wash them consistently, I try to wash them at least every couple of weeks, but sometimes that fails, and so they will sometimes streak the foundation, where a Beauty Blender just really seamlessly blends it in nicely to where you don't have any, you know, added lines or streaks or texture on your face. I'm just getting that all over. Getting that all over my face. Everything looks like it's nicely concealed. And then the next product I'll be using is a powder. I'm going to be using my Stay Matte Long-Lasting Pressed Powder by Rimmel. This is in the shade 011 Creamy Natural. This is a very nice drugstore alternative to a matte powder. Very inexpensive, and it has very good quality. It's a very good quality powder. I'm going to be using my Real Techniques powder brush to apply it. And I just go ahead and get my brush dipped in the powder and start patting that on my face to set the full coverage look. For as inexpensive as this is, it really does set the makeup well. I think it's like around $5 or $6 at the drugstore. I just go ahead and get that all over, making sure to, so you still can get that radiant look as well as having your makeup set for the day. And then the next product will be a blush. And this is a blush that I love. This is a beautiful blush. It is by Found, and it's the Baked Illuminating Blush. Gorgeous. It is number 70 in Pink Glow. The only place that I've been able to find this is at Walmart in my town, but you may be able to find this online as well. It's beautiful. It's pink, and it's a baked blush, and it has swirls of champagne throughout it, and it just looks so pretty on the skin. So I'm using my Echo Tools Precision Powder Brush, and I'm just going to be tapping that into the skin. And making sure to get that on the top of the cheekbones, I'm sorry. And then with the brush, I just like the taper to this. It's kind of angled, so it nicely accentuates the top of the cheekbone. I just get that all over my cheeks. And then I'm going to go in with a illuminator, and this is a new illuminator that I'm trying. This is by Italia Deluxe. It's the Glow Glam Baked Illuminating Highlighter, and it's item number 133. It has a really pretty glowy pink look to it. It has this beautiful rose print in the middle, which just reminds me a lot of the Milani blushes, which I love. Milani has a whole blush line that I really like. So I'm going to use my e.l.f. small tapered brush, and I'm just going to get that right on top of the cheekbone. Let's see here. This is definitely a very shimmery highlight, but I thought it would blend well and look nice on top of that pink glowy blush. Has a really pretty shimmery shine to it. I love to highlight the top of my cheekbones to give myself that dewy, wet look. I also like to take some right down here and just kind of come around the sides like that. Yeah, that's very pretty. Okay, and then the next product I'm going to use is my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, and this is in the shade Bronzer. I also have the light. It's got gorgeous packaging, and then when you flip it up, it has this really neat, it's hard to see. It's a very light bronzer, but it's got some tan to it. So this is a good match for my skin tone. And I like to go in with my e.l.f. complexion brush, and I just get some of that on there. And I like to go around the perimeter of my face where the sun would naturally hit. The Physicians Formula bronzer and the light bronzer are perfect for very fair skins because they provide some extra color without it being too dark. Physicians Formula also has a new sculpting shade that I'm going to be trying soon to do my contour. I think that it will look nice even on my fair skin as long as I use a light hand when I'm applying the foundation. Or I'm sorry, the bronzer. So, just gonna get some added definition right there in the hollows of my cheeks. And this just gives me a little bit of that extra sun-kissed glow. So now that I have those products applied, let me see here. The next product that I'm going to be focusing on is my eyeshadow. And I am also going to do my brows. So I'm using my Milani Easybrow Automatic Eye Pencil in Natural Taupe. And this is how I'm able to get my brows to stand out a little more. It's really windy today. Supposed to have wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour later. Okay, so got that done. And then the next step is to go in with the eyeshadow. And just checking here for a couple of products. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can find one other product here. Okay, so today I'm using the Hard Candy Dipped in Gold. This is the Look Pro eyeshadow palette. Feel like royalty with Hard Candy's Dipped in Gold Look Pro palette. With the sense of luxury in mind, this palette features 15 highly pigmented, ultra-rich eyeshadow shades and 4 professional applicators. This is everything you need to create the perfect professional eyeshadow look. Apply the soft, rich hues of gold mixed with shimmery jewel tones to give your eyes a dazzling look. Be as good as gold with this striking palette. So I'm going to go ahead and apply this. I've never used this before, but I really love the tones of this. This is right up to the shade that I like. I love this kind of shade. This is a new palette, and I just saw that there's a sticker here, so I need to unstick that. There we go. And then, oh, I guess there's one on the other side too. This is packaged very nicely. It's very secure, which I appreciate, so that none of the shades become broken. It has this little button here that you press in on that button, and that's how you open it. And then it also comes with 2 brushes. So you get a sponge, a double sponge tip applicator. And then you also get one other brush, which is like a flat shader brush and then an angled liner brush. So that's nice that they do provide that for you. So I'm going to go in with a flat top shader brush here. I'm going to use my Doll 10 flat top brush. This is a dual-ended brush by Doll 10. It has like a blending brush on one end and then the flat top on the other. So I'm going to go in with a lighter shade on the lid. I think I'm going to use this this pink shade, this light pink shade. Get some of that on my brush and then actually start dragging that. I like to drag it across my lid, especially right here close to the lash line, because I feel like it intensifies the colors. Hard Candy has some really pretty palette tones. I've used a couple of their other ones. They have one that had a lot of rose gold in it that I really liked. And so I love that shade. I love this light pink shade. So pretty. Go ahead and get that over here as well. Yeah, this is really pretty. And these are really nice. You can find these at Walmart. That's where I found this one. This is actually one that I had not tested, and I thought I gotta pick that up and try it because I love pinks. I love rose golds, pinks, berries. Any of those colors are my favorite. Just making sure to get this packed on the lid nicely. Okay. And then I'm going to go in with my crease technique. What I do for that is because I have hooded eyelids, and most of the time when my eyes are open, you can't see, you can't always see, you know, everything in my crease. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with one of the darker shades. I think I'm going to use this purple shade, this dark purple shade right here. I'm going to use that shade. What I do is I take a pointed brush. So this is a Morphe M506, and it's one of those pointed brushes. And I just go into the eyeshadow palette and I just dot it like that. I just take like one dot. And then with my eyes open, I put one dot there. And then I'll go down here and put another dot there. And that's, first dot wasn't too pigmented, so I need to go back in. Put one dot there and one dot there. And then I do the same thing over here. Open my eyes, put one dot like right above the pupil. And another dot right over here. And then I'm going to go back in with the Doll 10 brush and use the blending side, and I'm going to blend those. I'm going to swish these two shades together and blend them to create a crease. By doing it this way, it ensures that the darker shade shows even when my eyes are open, because it doesn't always show up. I'm going to actually, that's a little bit stiff. I'm going to actually go in with my Sigma tapered blending, and this is E40 to blend that in. This is a little bit softer brush, so I think it blends easier. Yeah, that's better. And then I'm going to go over here with this one, do the same thing. I feel like this shadow is a little bit difficult to blend. It's taken some extra work to really get it blended, but that's okay. We will make do. I love the shade color though. I love the fact that it's purple. The purple and pink is definitely something that I enjoy. Felt like I had a little hair there or something tickling my nose. Always irritating, especially when you're trying to do your makeup and you got something tickling your face. Okay. So now that I've got this blended, I'm going to go in with the, let's see, I'm going to go in with the, I'm going to go back in with that Doll 10 brush and try to amp it up a little bit in the corner with the, I think this darker brown, just to add some definition right here. I like to add some definition kind of in the corner. I'm using this dark shade. It's a really dark shimmery brown. This entire palette is very shimmery, so if you don't like shimmers, you might want to steer clear. I like shimmers. I like the way they shine, but I also like mattes. I just like the way that a shimmer looks once it's blended out. It really gives a lot of shine to the eye. Just getting that all blended nicely. And the thing that's cool about this technique is that even when you have hooded eyes, by putting it a little bit higher than your eyelid, it helps to it just helps to actually look like you have some eyeshadow there, because with hooded lids, most of your eyeshadow will disappear. I think I'm also going to go back in with a flat-sided brush and put a little bit of this green kind of right in here. Some of these shades are not showing up very well, so I'm not thinking that the pigment on this is outstanding. It's good, but it's not outstanding. Adding a little bit, there's a light green shade in this palette, and I'm just adding a little bit of that to the corner of my eye. Definitely amps up the shine, which I like. Now I need a little bit more of the pink shade. Gonna add a little bit more of the pink shade right here. Okay, so that's a nice light smoky look. I'm also going to add, I'm going to go back in with my Sigma tapered blending E40 brush, and I'm going to add a highlight. I'm going to use this very top shade, which is a very light champagne colored shade, and go right here underneath my brow bone. And do the same on the other eye. Okay, so that is the look for the eyeshadow. Next step is to put on an eyeliner, and then I'm going to do my falsies. So I'm using the BH liquid eyeliner, and this is in black. This is by BH Cosmetics. Make a nice thick line for the eyelashes. And then I'm going to do the same thing over here. I struggle with my left eye just a little bit more, getting it to glide across. Tend to have a little bit more wrinkles on this other eye. A lot of wrinkles right by the lash line. Okay. Then I'm going to curl my lashes with my Tweezerman Rose Gold Eyelash Curler. Making sure to get my eyes in there correctly. There we go. And I like to pulsate and hold that to make the curl. And this eyelash curler is fantastic. I found this at Ulta, and I just absolutely love the way that it curls the lashes. Get that curled, and then I'm going to go over here and curl this. It's a more expensive eyelash curler. I think it's around $20-something, but I just love the way that it does curl the lashes, and it seems to hold the curl pretty nicely. I have eyelashes that want to point down, so curling them is an important step to get a more lifted effect. Okay, and then I'm going to go in with my Covergirl Lash Blast Volume. This is in the orange tube, and I'm going to get that on my lashes. And then the last step will be mascara and, or I'm sorry, false lashes and lipstick. So I'll just get this on my lashes. Getting that all over the lashes. I love the way that this separates the lash. This CoverGirl formulation is great for separating the lashes. I'm going to do the other side. And anytime I wear false eyelashes, I like to do an eye look as well as, you know, make sure I have the liner on. The liner and the mascara just kind of help to fuse the lashes together so that it makes it look like your own. I love the look of false eyelashes when I have the time to put them on, because it really helps my eyes, especially since I don't have a lot of lashes. It just helps my eyes look more full and look more awake, as well as very eye-opening. The eyelashes that I'm going to be using today are these red cherry eyelashes. These are 100% human hair, and this is the Stevi. They're called Stevi, S-T-E-V-I. And I'm going to take them out of the packaging. This is a new pair, and this is how they come. They come in individual packaging, and you just take them out. And then I'm going to be using my Eye Glue Premium Strip Lash Adhesive. This is in the silver cap with the blue lid. Carefully take these off. I love these lashes because they are shorter at the end, and then they flare out at the other end, which is so awesome. It's a really great lash style for my eyes. I'm just getting the glue on the lash band. Make sure to cover it from end to end. Not sure if my camera's focusing. I don't think it is. There we go. As you can see, the lashes on there, I just let it dry for about 20 seconds. And then we're going to pop it on and do the other side. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and set this on. With this being a new lash, it may take a little bit of time here to get this set perfectly, but once it's set, then I'm able to press it down with my finger. Just going to make sure I have to do a close up here in my mirror to make sure that I am getting it on. Once I've got it on, then I like to take my finger and like lift up on it like that so that it gives me that lifted effect. I feel like that needs to go a little farther down. Just pull that down a little bit more. You want to make sure it's as close to the lash line as possible. Okay, there we go. And then for the next lash, you just pull it off of the little container here real carefully, real gently. And then the same thing same process will apply. You'll put this on. And the thing that I love about these red cherry lashes is they're the perfect length. They're not too long. Some eyelashes are very long. I would consider small eyes. And so some of the lashes out there are just way too long and you have to cut them down, which is okay. But that's an extra step. And I love these because they fit, you know, a small eye perfectly because you can tell that they're not very long. And I love that. I just absolutely love that about this particular brand. It's like they made them for the smaller lashes, which is so important. So very important.